Although it looks a little complicated, is really simple to turn. All you need is a roughing gouge and a parting tool, or you can use a carbide tool like an easy wood tool and do a little layout and turn it between centers. After I've laid everything out on the end here, I've got a couple of different axes to turn this on. I'm going to mount on axis A between centers. And it does help if you use miniature drive centers. Rotate the piece by hand to make sure it clears the tool rest. Now rough this down to a cylinder about 2 1/4 inches in diameter. So now I'll just mark the lengths. Start on the end, 1/8 of an inch, 1/2 inch, 7/8, 1 inch, 1 1/8 inches, 1 1/4 inches. Now I'll transfer those lines all the way around the piece with the lathe spinning. Now we're going to remount the piece on axis E. Use either a parting tool, or this is a really good use for a square insert tool like this Easy Wood tool. Make straight cuts right in the center. We're going to start on this first section, turn it to 1.5 inches in diameter. Just pushing the tool straight in, raising the handle slightly as we go. Just beyond where it gets round. Be careful removing the tool straight out. And check the diameter with calipers. One more cut. Now I'm just going to widen the cut to my pencil lines on each side. That section looks good. Now we remount on axis C. And now we turn the next section to 1.25 inches in diameter. Same technique, pushing straight in. Just raise the handle slightly. straight out. Then check the diameter. Another 1/8 of an inch. Good. Now we just widen that to the line on the right and the pencil line on the left. Now we remount on axis D. This section will be 1 inch in diameter. Following the same process. Perfect. One more section. Back to axis E. It's the same axis as the first section at the top. We'll now make a parting cut at the top. I'm just using a 1/8 inch parting tool. You do want to leave some waste still on the end, so you don't want to remove all of the waste material here. So this is just an 1/8 inch wide cut. And it needs to go to about 7/8 in diameter so that you remove it when you drill the hole later. Perfect. It's a 1 inch hole that we drill, so as long as it's under 1 inch, but you do want to leave that waste there. Now we'll remount it to axis A, finish the end. I like to take the roughing gouge and just clean up the base a little bit, just in case I had any tear out or fuzz here. And that 1/8 inch line, I wanted some waste there to remove the center point. So this is all waste. And when I part the bottom, I like to undercut it slightly so it sits nicely on the table. And I like a small line. It's just about a 32nd of an inch wide and about a 32nd of an inch deep, but looks nice on the table that way. Now I'm just going to drill a 1/16 inch pilot hole on axis E, which is the axis at the top was turned on. This is just transferring that center through the waste and down into the actual piece. Now I cut off the waste. You can see the 1/16 inch hole has transferred the center point. Now I can drill a 1 inch hole with a Forstner bit, 7/8 of an inch deep. And I've just marked it with a piece of tape. And with that, a 3/4 inch pipe cap fits perfectly in the hole.